Hi guys, I'm Jeff, I'm a wizard, and I feel called to do a small video about the coronavirus that has been plaguing us all. I don't know why the inspiration just came to me. I've been getting the Ace of Swords upside down constantly, and it has a big crown on it. I've been getting the sun all the time. I just wore this, so I just realized. So I thought I'd just share my thoughts and share what I think is a bit of a misunderstanding about the situation. Because I have a medical background, and with my basic medical background view, because I'm nowhere near a specialist or have been following the science all that much. But like my first reaction, and I think for most healthcare peoples, they had the same reaction, is like, what's the big deal? The coronavirus is always there. These viruses, they mutate, they change every year, they go around every year. To understand what the big deal was, or what the difference was this time. And as I see people react now to the measurements that has been taken, because basically a lot of countries are on lockdown, schools have been closed and stuff, bars have been closed, pretty heavy measures, and it has made people quite scared, I think, and especially people working in the healthcare industry, because they have to keep working, doing their job, and they have the most questions, like, what do I do? What do I do? When I have children, do I just stop working? Because these people do need care. Do I put them at risk? What is the risk, right? Well, I think the point is that it's not an individual risk here that we have to be concerned about. This is the problem of this virus. I think none of us have to be more or less scared of getting sick or seriously sick from this virus than any other times, or any other flu virus or common cold virus. So most of us won't get that sick. However, the problem with this virus is that it is spreading so fast that the amount of people that are infected at the same time becomes explosive, which means that in these extreme cases, that people who would normally get help when they get seriously sick from a virus like this are not going to, because too many people are sick at the same time. So the point of all these measurements is that we limit the amount of people that are getting disease at one time, so that it's more spread out, so that healthcare and hospitals can treat these people the way they should be treated. If too many people get sick at the same time, a lot of people will not get the basic care that they should. Okay, that's the problem. So for you individually, if you would get this virus, most of us would not get that sick at all. So the same still applies. The at-risk patients are the ones in danger here. So really old people, people with immune problems, small children. Those are the ones always at risk. But we run the risk of running into a situation where we are not capable of helping these at-risk people, or helping people when they are seriously in trouble. Okay, that is the big risk here. So the mission for each of us is not to be scared of getting the disease, because most of us will get it at one point. Okay, most of us will get it. This pandemic will spread, and it will wave over the world like it does with most other common viruses or common colds. So most of us will get it, but we have to try to limit the amount of people that are getting it at a time. So what you just have to try to really take up that responsibility as an individual for the whole right now. That's the tricky part about this disease, I think, for the world. It's the challenge. It's not about you, it's about us as a whole trying to come together and limit this, because otherwise a lot of people will be suffering for no reason. So if we just like avoid going to large groups of people, or like be mindful of where you're going. If you're going to at-risk people, to take the extra precautions, or to maybe not do that right now, you know, like that's all that you're being asked for. You don't have to be scared about getting it. You don't have to be scared about getting seriously sick. We just have to be scared about us getting all sick at the same time, and then a lot of people who would normally be helped would not be getting helped anymore, and that could cause a lot more fatalities than is necessary, okay? So I think that is the big deal, or the big whoop here. But further than that, I really have no knowledge about what makes this virus so different, except that it seems to be a lot more contagious. And like other tips I can give you right now, because the same tips as for any other like flu season, is take extra vitamin C, sleep, wash your hands more, like use paper tissues, or I guess toilet paper is what everybody's using, because and if you go in the stores, all the toilet paper is gone, but the normal tissues are still there. It's like very confusing. But like vitamin C, like, and that'll be your biggest ally. Vitamin D could help you if you're lacking sun. Sleeping enough, making sure you're healthy, because when you are healthy, when your immune system is working, you probably will fight it off, and you probably will not get sick. You know, your immune system can handle it. But when you're tired, and when your immune system is lower, then you have a higher chance of getting it. So that's what you can do, is like fortify yourself, like take that extra vitamin C, or eat some extra pieces of fruit, drink enough water, sleep, and just avoid crowds, not because you're at risk that much, but because we're all running into a big risk of having a huge like explosion of the amount of people that have the virus, and that get seriously sick, and that would result in disaster for healthcare or for a lot of people. So that's what we have to avoid. So it's more of a us working together thing than us protecting ourselves or the ones next to us. That's not what it is about, okay? So just common sense here, people. It's just, I think, if I understand it right, nothing that much worse than the normal viruses that go around each year, but just the amount of people that are getting it at the same time is getting really, really, really risky to become problematic. That was weird English. So I'm gonna just pull a card, because I want to. So it says, choose wisely. Choose wisely, like the birds. Yeah. It's about working together, really. It's not about you right now, okay? So most of us can say like, this virus will not hurt me. Why do I have to care so much? Well, you have to care because if we all just watch ourselves and pay attention and be mindful about the repercussions that small actions can have right now, that could save all of us a lot of trouble. That's it. We're just so actually, I think the world is just asking each of us to just chip in and say, please help, because this could get really nasty, and it doesn't have to be. If you can just take small precautions, and I think the world is overreacting in the big precautions they're taking, because it's really hard to ask a large group of people to do this. So they kind of have to take these super hard precautions to, first of all, I think make people realize that it's very serious, and at the same time, because a lot of people will not are looking at their own path, and I'm not looking at the big picture. So they need to be managed. That's like management of big groups of people, and that can look frightening really fast. And maybe that's the point. I think it's just to like kick everybody under the butt right now. Is to we're all in this together, and that's what it's about. So you don't have to be so afraid for yourself, but you do have to know that you have a responsibility right now that we're all trying to carry, I think. Okay? And vitamin C. That's it. I think that was good. That's all I have to say, I guess. One more Judge Judy card, because I love using Judge Judy cards. I just made them. She's my lifeline. I prayed in my times of darkness. Judge Judy came. It's amazing. Oh, girl, you're talking. So I got these 3 cards. Just gonna show you the face. Yeah, it's not about you, princess. It's not about you. Common sense. It's common sense. Don't make it so about you right now. Yes, this is bothering and hindering us all. But look, we are a big group of people right now with a collective consciousness, so we have to start using it, okay? We are all connected more than ever before. So it's time to work together again. Yeah, it's a calling to a bit of discipline of us as a group, I think. Yep. That's what I had to say. Corona comes from Latin, from crown. That comes from Greek, I think from like a guard, like these plant things. I think it also comes from the suffix to, like for to bend. Corona, of course, from the corona of the sun, like the light around the sun, or the virus is named that way because it, like under a microscope, because of the spikes it has, or these kind of spikes, it looks like it has this corona. So that's like a typical identifier of this virus. That's what I know about that. And also Corona beer, you drink with lime, so that brings us back to vitamin C, which, full circle, you're welcome. I hope it helps. Please leave your thoughts if you think that I'm off base here, or I misunderstood. It's very possible. And good luck.